who's coming? Guess who's coming? Guess who's coming?
DJ Shadow. Back again. Who is he? Just your favorite DJ savior. Using and confusing beats that you never heard. 1990. Put a smile on your face like ultra bright.
If you trace my musical origins all the way back to when I first heard rap music in '82, Davis, California, where I grew up, was not exactly a hotbed for hip-hop culture or music back then, or really at any point. And so, I mean, you could say in that respect I was an outsider from the beginning. Being somebody that has always dug for records and, you know, from the first time I saw scratching on a video and started to hear it in hip-hop records, I became really intrigued initially with the tactile way that the vinyl was being used, and later with the actual sounds that were being used. So initially, my attraction to vinyl was just because it was the medium at the time, and you know, hip-hop records came out primarily on 12-inch singles, not on cassette or compact disc. And then later, you know, I started being really intrigued by the actual sounds that the DJs were using, and so that's what made me initially start to go out and look for older records. Disco 12 inches, 45s, rock albums, you name it. And you know, even going back before that, I used to play around with the vinyl that I got as a child. You know, just as a child you tend to thrash your records, and but I was really into the fact that they were so durable. It wasn't just the music, although the music was subconsciously working its way through. And that's why I think vinyl will always have a special place, not only with DJs, but just in music medium in general. I don't think it'll ever fully go away, because I think there's a human need to actually be able to feel the grooves and to touch the music in that respect. Being a recording artist came second to being a collector. As I was saying, you know, with collecting vinyl, trying to find all these sounds, I became a DJ as an extension of that, and then a producer as an extension of being a DJ. The Uncle album was a great learning experience, and I really grew. I definitely grew leaps and bounds as an artist. In introducing, everything I think from introducing back in my career was of a certain caliber and a certain approach and a certain dedication on my part. And everything from Uncle, you know, up to now was kind of, I think I considered myself a professional, whereas everything before that was kind of, I didn't really know what I was going to end up doing with my life, whether I was going to be able to make a career out of music or not. And the Uncle record, working with all of those vocalists, put me in like a real studio for the first time, and watching how all these different vocalists approached their craft. And I was also working with an engineer named Jim Abbas, and watching him, you know, set up mics for all these different musical endeavors we were getting into. I just was learning all of these disciplines one at a time. And all of that definitely factored into working with the vocalists on the new album. I think the term outsider, I don't intend it to be some kind of like, you know, oh, I'm so different, you know, or you know, woe is me or anything like that. It's just, I think, to some extent, a recognition of a lot of truths about my career, which is that I don't tend to make music that easily fits in to any one genre at one point, because I don't listen to music like that. I like so many different types of music that I feel like I'm betraying myself if I don't actively pursue all of those interests. And thus, the album, The Outsiders, is as diverse as my interests are.